Have you ever heard someone make a comparison so unexpected that you had to stop and ask yourself, did they really just say that? Well, that's exactly what happened when Tasha K started talking about Claressa Shields during one of her recent live streams. I clicked on the video thinking it would be another quick celebrity update, but within minutes, the conversation went in a direction I never saw coming. By the time Tasha finished explaining her point, social media was already buzzing, and people couldn't stop debating whether she had gone too far or simply said what others had been thinking. And trust me, the comparison she made is one people won't forget anytime soon. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about celebrity conversations making the rounds online. It involves Tasha K, Claressa Shields, Pap, and Remy Ma, and as you can probably imagine, emotions are running high from every side. Over the past several months, these names have stayed connected because of rumors, public interviews, and nonstop opinions across social media. Every time it seems like the conversation is finally slowing down, something new happens that pulls everyone right back in. Now, before I even clicked on Tasha K's live stream, I honestly wasn't planning to watch it. I was in the middle of watching something completely different when her live popped up in my recommendations. At first, I almost ignored it. Then I noticed Claressa Shields' picture on the thumbnail, and I immediately became curious. I thought maybe Tasha was reacting to something that happened during the BET Awards, so I decided to see what she had to say. Looking back now, I'm glad I clicked because the conversation quickly became much bigger than I expected. Right from the start, Tasha didn't waste any time. She pulled up a recent interview where Claressa once again talked about wanting to have a baby next year. If you've been following Claressa's interviews, then you've probably heard her mention that dream before. She has been open about wanting to become a mother, and during this interview, she explained that it's something she hopes will happen in the near future. Instead of treating it like a serious moment, though, Tasha reacted in a completely different way. Almost immediately, she started singing R. Kelly's Half on a Baby, laughing as she connected the lyrics to Claressa's comments.
Did you know Claressa sent me a cease and desist? Y'all probably knew because she was in the comments on my video saying, okay? And so here's what I'm going to do in terms of the cease and desist. So my lawyers have been going back and forth with her lawyer, and we've been trying to figure out what was actually said that was defamatory. Now, there was one thing that I did see that was mentioned that could be grounds for any type of lawsuit. But we have since corrected that. And so let me tell you what happened, right, before we get into the specifics of why we're here. All right, because this is my formal apology to the GOAT.
Then she joked that Pap would first have to divorce Remy Ma before any of those plans could become reality. It was clear from the beginning that this wasn't going to be a calm discussion. Tasha leaned into the jokes, and the chat instantly started filling up with reactions. Some viewers were laughing along, while others felt she was already crossing the line, but that was only the beginning. After talking about Claressa's interview, Tasha switched over to footage from the BET Awards, where Claressa and Pap were seen walking together.
Okay, I got
it. Watching the clip, I actually had a completely different thought at first. I wondered if maybe they had simply been moved to better seats. You know how that sometimes happens at big award shows or concerts. If there are empty seats closer to the front, guests occasionally get upgraded. That was honestly the first thing that came to my mind. Tasha, however, saw the moment very differently. She questioned why Claressa was walking alongside a man who is still publicly connected to his wife. In Tasha's opinion, the whole scene looked strange, and she wasn't shy about saying it. She kept building on that point, adding joke after joke, until suddenly she came up with a comparison that completely changed the mood of the live stream. Out of nowhere, Tasha asked a question that left viewers stunned. She said, "Why would Pap get rid of Medicaid?" At first, people in the chat seemed confused, wondering where she was going with it. Then she explained exactly what she meant, and that's when the live stream exploded. Within moments, viewers were clipping the video, sharing it across social media, and arguing over whether the analogy was clever, disrespectful, or simply way over the top. And once Tasha fully broke down her comparison, the conversation only became even more intense. Instead of moving on, Tasha kept building on the comparison. She said Remy Ma was like Blue Cross Blue Shield, while Claressa was Medicaid. She even mentioned other insurance companies to keep the joke going. According to Tasha, Remy represented stability and security because she's still the wife, while Claressa was on the outside. Whether people agreed or disagreed, everyone watching had an opinion. Tasha then returned to Claressa's interview about wanting a baby. Claressa explained that she hoped to become a mother next year and said those plans were something Pap wanted too. Tasha questioned how that could happen when the marriage situation still appeared unresolved. Throughout the live stream, she repeated the same point. If Pap truly wanted a divorce, it would have happened by now. The conversation became even more personal when Tasha criticized Claressa's appearance during the interview. She joked about her makeup, saying the foundation looked gray and making several harsh comments about how she looked on camera. Those remarks quickly became another topic of discussion online, with viewers divided over whether the jokes were entertaining or simply too much. After that, Tasha shared her own theory about the relationship. She claimed she believed Pap and Claressa's relationship started before the public knew about it. These were her personal opinions and allegations, not confirmed facts, but she argued that there had been more happening behind the scenes than people realized. She also suggested that someone had been paying close attention to Remy Ma's social media, fashion choices, and daily life before later focusing on Pap as well. Again, these claims were based on Tasha's own interpretation, but they added even more fuel to an already heated discussion. To explain why she believed the marriage still hadn't officially ended, Tasha shared a story from her own family. She said she'd seen situations where people started new relationships but never legally divorced. In her opinion, the same thing could be happening here. Just when viewers thought the live stream couldn't get any more dramatic, something completely unexpected happened. The very family member Tasha was talking about suddenly called into the live stream. The conversation instantly changed, and what happened next became one of the most entertaining moments of the entire broadcast. The unexpected phone call caught everyone by surprise. As soon as Tasha started explaining the situation, her relative quickly jumped in and told her she was being a little too messy. The moment had viewers laughing because it was completely unplanned. It also reminded everyone that while celebrity drama may be entertaining, family stories can become very personal. Before ending the call, Tasha even hinted that she might one day sit down with those relatives for a full interview to tell their side of the story. Once the call ended, Tasha went right back to the main topic. She doubled down on her belief that if Pap truly wanted to end his marriage, he would have already done it. She pointed to things like old anniversary posts, photos, and even his Remy tattoo, arguing that those choices spoke louder than words. In her opinion, someone who was completely ready to move on wouldn't leave so many reminders of the marriage in public view. Looking at everything that's been said publicly over the years, I personally don't think Remy Ma is the one holding up a divorce. She's made comments before suggesting the relationship was already over and that she wanted to move on. There have also been public reports and interviews discussing problems in the marriage long before everything became headline news. Of course, only the people involved know the full truth, but it's easy to understand why so many people continue to debate the situation. Tasha also focused on Claressa's recent interviews, pointing out that her wording seems to have changed. So instead of confidently saying Pap was getting divorced, Claressa has more recently described him as being separated. Tasha believed that change meant something, suggesting it showed the situation wasn't moving as quickly as many expected. That's simply Tasha's interpretation, but it became another major talking point from the live stream. She also questioned whether bringing a baby into such a complicated situation would be the right decision. In Tasha's opinion, it would only create more pressure, more public attention, and even more emotional challenges for everyone involved. Whether viewers agreed or disagreed, that question sparked a lot of discussion online because it's a topic many people have strong opinions about. By the end of the live stream, Tasha returned to the comparison that started everything. Once again, she described Remy Ma as Blue Cross Blue Shield and Claressa as Medicaid, saying Remy was still the center of the story. According to Tasha, Pap hasn't shown any clear public signs that he's ready to officially end his marriage, and that's why she believes this situation will continue exactly as it is for now. Now the question goes to you. Do you think Tasha K's comparison was funny, or do you think she crossed the line? Do you believe Pap will ever officially divorce Remy Ma, or will this situation stay the same? Share your thoughts in the comments below because I'd really like to know where you stand. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves keeping up with the latest celebrity news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.